Now, I think Baltimore, you won't really have a problem finding kids, man. You get to some of them squeegee boys because they know about surfaces anyway. You know what I'm saying? they know about cleaning. They bring their own equipment. You know, squeegee boys,
Exactly.
they are aggressive. They are aggressive.
Man, I'm just working, man.
I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P, and a lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Let's get to it, man. I ran into a good friend of mine, man, big homie, over the weekend. I told y'all where I went over the weekend, man. I went to a spectacular, like, put it on your, what I say Monday, put it on your calendar for next year, probably like the third weekend in July. Very, very, very festive. It was very festive. And we had a lot of fun, man. Ran into one of my guys from out of state, international, do it all. And we got to talking, man, about his business that he started during the pandemic and his company that helps youth and other types of people. Man, we was just all over the place. And I was like, nah, man, you got to come on the show. You got to come on the show and tell the people what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So right now, man, HBCU alum, international man of mystery, the debonair, the debonair dude himself, Manzin Caviar, as he says. Please welcome my man Bobby Chad, man. What's up? What's good with you?
What's going on, man? What's happening, Lamont? What's up with you, bro?
Hey, man, let's just get to it, man. First of all, how you been?
Hey, man, all is well, man. All is well. As you know, the month's been a tough year for all of us. You know, this COVID thing, man, has been a tough year, man. Actually, I lost my dad with the COVID, man. But
oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, matter of fact, Friday would be a year, man. But to God be the glory, man. Me and my mom, we hanging in there. And life has been well outside of the COVID and you know, the passing of my pop. All is well, bro. All is well.
But let's see. Let's start. HBCU background. Which one of the illustrious HBCUs did you find institutions did you attend?
Oh man, the mighty ECSU, man, Elizabeth City State, man, Viking pride, yes.
And you know, it's just me being from the Maryland DC area and living in Detroit or whatever, and you being from VA and North Carolina and all that, like going that HBCU experience, it's so mainstream now, and we everybody knows somebody that win, and then they're getting all the money and from a Bezos ex-wife and all that. What talk a little bit about that experience and how it shaped you specifically.
Oh man, HBCU experience, man. I'm what you call a HBCU baby.
Okay.
Man, my dad played with Elizabeth City State, and my uncle played at Maryland Eastern Shore. In fact, they played against each other in the '69 championship.
Wow.
So the family joke has always been, who does my mom go for, her boyfriend or her brother? And my dad ended up winning. So that was a running joke in the family, man. But I've just always been engulfed, man. HBCUs, everybody in my family, mom, dad, cousins, everybody, man. We've been affiliated with the CIAA for, like I said, for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And even like now, with the program that I have with the CIAA, I've been with them for 22 years, 21 years, exclude the pandemic year, but right at 22 years, man. So we've been with them for a while.
Now let's talk about that. What exactly is the program? Because I knew you and had an idea what you was doing, but 1 year, like 10 years in, you like sent me a newspaper clipping and was like, man, look what the program's doing. I was like, oh, that's you? I didn't know you did that.
Yes. The program, man, the way the program started is it started actually in Winston-Salem, and it was sponsored by Coca-Cola, and it was a Coca-Cola ball person program. Mm-hmm. So in '99, it comes to Raleigh. The former commissioner, man, a great friend of mine, Mr. Leon Curry, I gave him a proposal. I said, Mr. Curry, being that the program is coming here now, can I be in charge of it? Can I take this thing and see what we can carry? I was working at the Goneril YMCA, which was one of 7 Black Ys here in Raleigh, and it allowed me to take inner city kids and let them be a part of the CIAA tournament by way of a ball person. But I knew that was my way of being able to use basketball as a vehicle to show 80 to 100 kids a year a chance to see, the HBCUs. And that was my way. When you have kids that have never been in Arena Lamont, they've never, never been a part of it. So when I started this in '99, I had no idea. Fast forward to now, this program is the only one of its kind in the country in NCAA basketball. Nowhere else is it a ball person program like this. I've had 4 guys that actually have been a ball boy that have played in the NBA. Actually, one now, Jerry Hopper. He's with the New York Knicks as we speak. So I've had 4 guys that actually come through the program there. A host of teachers, doctors, lawyers, everybody, and a whole lot of HBCU college grads. And when I started this program, I merely started it to kind of show kids how and where you can go to. And as we are now, I mean, hey, it's the only one of its kind that's still moving.
You say 80 to 100 kids a year, and you've been doing it for about 20.
Yes.
Let's do the math on that.
1680.
That's a slight 1680. Okay, yeah. That's
1680 on the average. Now,
average.
That's when we started 80 kids. At one time, it was 100 kids.
Right.
Now, mind you, because my whole thing is I wanted to take each kid will get 1 game, and the games don't duplicate.
Right.
So that means if you got 22 games, 4 kids per game, it allows me to stretch it out from the beginning of the tournament to the end of the tournament. And the beauty to it is, Lamont, is when you see cats that come back to you, man, or a young lady come back to you and say, Mr. Chadwick, I work at so-and-so school, or this is my daughter, or this is my son, and I'm holding babies.
Right.
And their parents was actually ball people. So we've had a host of kids, man, a host of kids.
Now, in the beginning, was it just boys? I'm assuming that it was just boys in the beginning.
My first year, I just used boys, and I was being selfish because the program then was the CIAA ball boy program.
Right, and that's what I was going to get, because it sounds like a challenge to even say ball person. That don't even sound right.
But the way that the ball person came about was, I got some flack and some fire from the sisters.
Of course.
So the next year, I said, hey, no problem. We're going to switch this thing around. Then it became the CIAA ball person program, to the point that on the back of the kids' shirts, it actually says ball person.
Now, so, all right, let's get the visual. All right, so the only type program of this kind in basketball, what are they doing? How long are they in the program? Are they just there for the tournament? Is there, enrichment portion? Like, what's the program like?
They're there for the tournament. They come to the tournament. Matter of fact, I've used a lot of my friends' kids, a lot of, like I said, inner city kids. But what I have elected to do along with me, and I have a staff of 4 other people, Tanya, Dave, Tim, and Ben, they've been with me since the beginning in Charlotte. But what we do is we track the kids. And the way that we track the kids because a lot of the kids are friends of our parents. We are friends of their parents. And their parents say, hey, my daughter's doing this and my son is doing that. But as far as how they're moving and where they're moving now, we try to stay in contact with them. But they will find us, and they have.
Yeah.
So I get a kick out of being at the tournament. Somebody comes and Mr. Chadwick, you don't remember me, do you?
Right.
So that's how we, pretty much do it.
And so a lot of it is just, being in spaces, like you said, that they wouldn't ordinarily be, and possibly learning how to network and just seeing and experiencing different things that might motivate and inspire them. And that's
absolutely.
That's a lot. I mean, 1,600 kids on average over the last 20 years. That's major.
Yeah, so, massive.
Yeah, that's major. That's massive. I can't even, like, those 2 words don't even really fit. It's like, it's not even a word for that. That's a lot of impact. But the fact that it's the only program like that, why do you think that is?
Because I think that's the only program because of the passion in my CIAA HBCU background.
Oh, okay.
I know what this conference has to offer. I know what the HBCU have to offer. So if I'm in a position where I got 100 to 80 kids that I can put on that platform, so you can see what a lot of kids don't get a chance to see, and allow them the opportunity, I think that's one of the reasons. But to go back to your initial question, Lamont, I think it's like that because nobody never really looked into to want to help the youth like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at other tournaments now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you would think that it would exist in the SEC.
Doing March Madness.
Yeah.
Doing March Madness. Sometimes I travel the country, go to different tournaments, or I look at tournaments on TV.
Right.
Most people are looking at the games. I look at the ball people.
Right.
I look at the ball people because I want to see who is actually participating. Who do y'all have? And then I see people doing things that our ball people don't do. Like, have you ever seen a game? You see somebody on their knee wiping up the sweat.
Yes.
You'll never see that with the CIAA ball people.
Okay, why? Give me the science on that.
Because we look good. We look good and we feel good. So we use mops.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we have NBA sanctioned CIAA mops for our kids.
The big circle,
with the CIAA on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's something that we went to a long time ago. We're not going to get on our knees. We're not going to do any of that because I tell the kids all the time, you have the best seat in the house. And with having the best seat in the house, that comes with TV or radio or anywhere else. So we want you to look good. We want you to feel good. And if you look good, feel good, you're going to perform good.
Now that makes absolute sense. I thought you were going to go somewhere way deeper with that. We don't do the knees thing because the black kids don't need to. That's what I thought. I was waiting for that. But yeah, that's simple. Yeah, but that's simple though. We look good, and I paid for the pants. Get your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, is it one of those programs where people can like how is it funded? Is it a thing where you go on a recruiting drive, a phone-a-thon every year to get the kids in the money? How's that work?
Don't have to. The whole time we was in Charlotte, we really didn't have to go anywhere because people come to you, organizations come to you, from the rich to the poor. Everybody wants their kid to be a part of this program, and the reason being is because of what they're exposed to. Now, this is not necessarily a dilemma, but this is something that we're going to have to take a big look at now. It's time to come to Charm City.
Yeah.
We're going to come to Baltimore. So for 15 years, we were spoiled in Charlotte. I didn't have to worry about it. But with meeting some of the people from Baltimore during the last tournament before the pandemic, they reassured me, don't worry about the kids. We got more than enough kids in Baltimore. So what's going to happen within the next month or two, I'll start dialoguing with my Baltimore people, and we'll put together, make a couple site visits and get me some kids and take my team. And we'll come up and sit down and go through what we need to go through. And I'm pretty sure by the time tournament comes around, we'll be all set. Probably we always look a month out to be already in place.
Yeah. The reason why, and you're so I need to say this. You're so polished, Bobby Chad, because I'm catching what you're putting down. Like the rest of us, we still say CIAA, but they done dropped that hammer on y'all in the Carolina for the last few years. You say tournament, you just referred to it as tournament because we can't even have it. We can't even say it. They won't even let us say it. When you said tournament, I was like, oh, that's right. They did own that. That was crazy. That was crazy. For those that don't know, there was a lot of political, pushing and pulling with the conference, the head of the conference, and because after about the 6th or 7th year when it was in Charlotte, I mean, promoters from all over the country, marketers, merchandise, everybody came in and was using the name, and the conference came in and was like, nah, man, the name stays home. That's my daddy. That name got my daddy blood on. Y'all can't even say it on the radio. So for like 4 years, people had to refer to it in public and on mass media as the tournament. And so that's heavy. And it's a lot of behind the scenes that I know you're a key player in, that you're privy to, that a lot of people don't get. And so back to the reason why I said that about how is it funded, because I'm thinking scholarship. Like, is it a pipeline to actually, you get into a program that actually may send kids to school? Is that something in the future that you think about wanting to do?
A long time ago. I've been thinking about this a long time ago. It's just how to package it where it's going to be able to reach the masses.
Right.
See, if I'm dealing with 80 kids, I would love to have a corporate sponsor that would say, hey, based on the seniors that's coming out your program, because see, we don't produce a lot of seniors because my kids are going to be between 8 and 14.
Okay.
So between 8 and 14, they're the ones that's, really paying attention. Now, if you do what you're supposed to do and you come back and there's a scholarship set in place, yeah, we would create something. But in a perfect world, Lamont, I would love to have a corporate sponsor that would give me a couple $1,000s a year where I can actually send some of these kids, or either not send them to school, but help them to go to school. Because to answer your question, as far as the funding, the program is ran by the CIAA itself.
Okay, got it.
I'm the liaison between the CIAA and the city. So what happens is we asked the kids to have. Once upon a time, we were outfitted, completely outfitted when we first started in Raleigh. But
Yeah.
due to the funding, things changed. So it's not a hard fix because now what kids are wearing are khaki pants because a lot of schools are going to
Yeah,
khakis
uniform.
anyway.
Right. He's just
So
bringing
you
uniform.
already have khakis.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a T-shirt. We're going to make sure you're going to wear gloves because we don't deal with no blood. Baseball caps. You know, some years you get baseball caps. But what we've come to find, man, is that the kids are so happy to be a part of it that when
Right.
they walk in the arena, it's different from sitting up there looking at the game and being on the floor.
Right.
And I ask each player, some kids know this, but I ask each team when they're in the tunnel or when they're warming up, talk to my kids, give them some high fives, talk to them, ask them their names. And a lot of guys, for the teams, I have no problems. Most teams, you know, they kind of do that. And even with the lady teams, they do the same thing. They talk to the young ladies and all. And then I've seen after the game sometimes that you might see those players talking to those kids and they build their own relationships.
Right.
That's what we try to set up.
Yeah, that's dope. Now, I think Baltimore, you won't really have a problem finding kids, man. You get to some of them squeegee boys because they know about surfaces anyway. You know what I'm saying? they know about cleaning. They bring their own equipment. Squeegee boys, they are aggressive. They are aggressive. All right, so let's move forward, man, and talk about your latest idea, man. It came out of the pandemic, came out of just necessity. You know, talk about Operation Future.
Operation Future, man. Operation Future, actually, the name Operation Future came in Raleigh one year when I was being interviewed by the local news. And the lady asked me, well, what is the name of your program? And off the top of my head, I was like, Operation Future. And not thinking she's going to ask me, well, why Operation Future? And she turned right around and asked me that. And I said, Operation Future, because these kids are our future. They're the future of what's going on. And it just stuck. And I just kept it and I kept it. And when the pandemic hit, Lamont, less than a year now, I guess, yes, less than a year, I was sitting in my house and I kept saying, I got to do something that's going to be a spinoff of my ball person program that will allow me to touch the masses. But how am I going to do it? So what I did is I took all the pictures off my wall in my dining room and put up tack paper. And for 2.5 weeks, I put a Sharpie on my counter and every note that I came up with. I don't care what time, when I was getting up in the middle of the night to come to the bathroom or either to go to the kitchen or whatever the case may be. If something came to my head, I picked the Sharpie up and wrote it down. I did that for 2.5 weeks. So that all of the information that I wrote on these notes, that ended up being the makeup of Operation Future. And what it entailed was I created 10 components that I would like to share with professional athletes. My target is professional athletes, people in the entertainment world, or people that want to do things for their community. And the way that I came up with that, Lamont, is I look at professional athletes. I have quite a few, I'm gonna say friends. I have quite a few cats that I know that are professional athletes,
right?
Both male and female. And what I've come to notice over the last couple of years is that there are 3 times that they're going to give back to their community. I'm going to give school supplies and backpacks. I'm going to go get with social service and give away some toys for Christmas.
Right.
And I'm going to give some turkeys out in the neighborhood.
Right.
They're the 3 things that professional athletes are going to do for their community.
The easy ones. The ones, the easy. Yeah.
Because money would do it.
Yeah.
So they would do that. So my question then came up would be, well, if you're doing these 3 things in your neighborhood or in your community, what else are you doing the rest of the school year? And when I researched it and talked to a couple of my friends that are sports agents, and I went to them, I said, hey, man, you represent so-and-so and so. What do y'all do in the community? Right. Well, you represent so-and-so and so. What are y'all doing? And what I come to find is, man, we give back turkeys. Right. We do things with the same things that I thought. So I said, well, look,
turkeys and Christmas. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I came up with 10 components, man. And I said, well, the 10 components that create Operation Future, man, teens against bullying, literacy to read to succeed, college access, student mentoring, tools for school, teen rap sessions, academic achievement program, scholarship program, and parental involvement. Those 10 things. Let's say I got Lamont King that plays the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. I just signed a 2-year you know, I got some decent money, and
Yes,
my
yes.
financial planner told me there's certain write-offs I need to do, and I'm like, bet, all right, turkeys, school supplies, and Christmas, and then I run across you,
And
and
then
then
when you run across me, I'm gonna say, Lamont, come on, man, what's going on? Because my whole thing is this: with my friends and with guys that I know that's in the league, our conversations are like they are now.
yeah,
You know, I don't put on the suit until I have to,
yeah,
but we just sit and we talk. And my first question would be to you,
okay.
Lamont, what do you want to do for the house, man?
What else are you doing? I was
What?
like,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, well, the neighborhood I grew up, man, we didn't really have a rec. So I would love to, put up maybe a community center or donate to the community center in the town that I'm playing in. How can you help me with that?
If you want to donate to the community first, now, if you would have told me I want to donate to my community center, the first thing I'm going to do is say, that's cool. I'm going to go to your city and I'm going to find out who your person is that run your community center, who I need to go and talk to downtown, whoever I need to talk to. I'm going to say, hey, Lamont King has a plan and he wants to come and give back. Because what I've also come to find too, when you share things with people and let them know that you have somebody that wants to give back, people are more prone, they're all ears.
Yeah.
They want to hear what you have to say. So what I would do is I would go to them and ask them, what do they need? What do y'all need? They said, well, we want computers and we want new backboards and bleachers. I'll come back to you and say, hey, Lamont, this
Right.
is what they want. So when they tell me what they want, I'll come back and say, Lamont, but hold on. Before you get new backboards and before you get bleachers, we're going to go to the backboard people and the bleacher people and see if we can do this in kind.
Okay.
So you spending all your money. We're going to see what we do this again. We're going to work this thing that all parties are going to be happy.
Right.
The kids are going to be happy because they got new things. You're going to be happy you got a tax write-off. The backboard and the bleacher people, they're going to be happy because their product is in there, and now they are a personal friend of Lamont Kings with the Minnesota Vikings. So I take all of my components and I let you choose. It's like a menu.
Yeah.
You choose from the menu, then me and you will get together and determine how we're going to prepare the meal.
And
That's
so it's
how it
like,
works.
so I could even more so than money is resources, because I could be like, yo, I like the piece about the bullying because but I got picked on, and so I want to do something with that. How can you help me with that?
What I'll do, I say, okay, then go to your school. I say, well, what school district are you from? You'll tell me what school district you were from. Then I'm going to get in contact with the social workers in the school. I'm going to see if they already have a bullying program, because we're not going to reinvent the wheel. There's
Right.
if there's already a bullying program, we're
Right.
going to enhance it. But we're going to enhance it, but we're also going to allow you to be the face.
Right.
Because if you're a face of it now, it's like, oh, this Lamont King that plays football. This guy. So then kids tend to look at people different and look up to them when they realize who they are, especially if there's someone of positive notoriety.
That's heavy. I like it. It makes absolute sense, and especially with somebody like you who does have those connections. I feel like it's something that it's an easy win. It's an easy
Yeah.
win, especially when you watch. We watch the news, man, and we see even it's funny as you said, Minnesota Vikings. We got a kid from DC come home visiting the homies. He gets shot 4 times. He just went in the draft. Twyman. He just went into the draft. He recovers. He reports to training camp, and they waive him. And it's like we look at these young cats, man. It's like, yo, where's your team? Like you need a team. Like where
Your people.
Your
Yeah.
people? And the excuse that it was young and blah blah. Nah, man. Like you gotta have LeBron had them peoples with him when he was 18.
Yeah.
And so it's important to, somebody managing the money, is somebody managing the appearances, is somebody advising, is somebody, you know what I mean? It's like we see it time and time again where a lot of these young black athletes don't have that team and end up making these decisions or being in these situations and then just downward spiral.
Yeah. And Lamont, a lot of times the way that happened, man, from talking to some of my friends and agents, the way that happened is, last year, man, I was 18 and I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with me, my mom, and my 3 sisters. Now I'm 19 and I'm going 6 in the NBA pick and I'm a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Things change. My mom's address get it changed. What she drives get it changed. A whole lot of things change. But on the flip side, man, and I share this with a lot of my friends, especially with the young guys that have the opportunity to get drafted, I shared it with them. Keep your circle small. keep your circle small, because if you keep your circle small, you're going to be in a better situation. But when you start allowing a whole lot of other people to come into your world, you're going to create a massive amount of friction for yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we are officially rooting for the newest component of Operation Future. The ball person situation is already up and running. Can't wait to see how that's going to look in Baltimore. Probably, very as successful per usual. If they're watching right now, if somebody's watching right now, it's like, yo, I want more information and I want to learn how to support and help. What should they do? Is that the Gmail?
Right now, today, if someone was listening to me today and they want some information from me, they can go to the Kappa, the KAPPA 391 at gmail.com.
Now you said before I let you go, you said you peeled everything off the wall and had this breakthrough, but you left some shit up there though. I see some shit behind you. You left.
Hey, well, you know what, Lamont? Believe it or not, man, this is the only thing that couldn't. I tried, man. I had people come with bulldozers and sludge. Wouldn't come down.
Oh man,
wouldn't come down. I got a black and gold one for you.
Okay. Sound good, man. I'll look for it. My man, Bobby Chad, Mans and Caviar.
Caviar.
Best to you, man. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us today, man.
Hey, Lamont, thanks for everything, man. Stay blessed, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and I would definitely keep in contact. But if I could be of any help to anyone that's looking to do any community services, man, please reach out to me.
All right, there it is, y'all. Bobby Chad.
My brother, stay blessed, bro.
All right.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.